Well, hello there, running ears. It's Manny again, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very excited. Tomorrow I take off, so I'll be there Wednesday, and then of course Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we have events. This is going to be the first of, I think, 6 videos this week because I'm going to be recording the Expo, the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, and the after party. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, meeting you guys for the first time, some of you guys in person, a lot of you guys seeing you guys again. I'm very excited. Figment is very excited. We'll be walking around. Of course, we'll be filming everything, so you're going to see me at the Expo, just usually with my camera, my phone camera, and then the rest of the time we're going to be walking around with the GoPro. So guys, without further ado, actually before we do, guys, we're over 900. We're going to probably reach 1,000 before the end of the year, guys. Again, this channel is growing. It's because of you guys. We're going to give you guys the proper information, proper ways of doing things, guys. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, guys. But again, like I said before, this is your channel. I got some amazing news at the very end of this channel. So guys, stick around for that. But without further ado, there is a whole bunch of dropping news before we get to what's going to be going on this weekend. Well, first off, the Run Disney calendar, all the way 2024 to 2025, the next season, which is adding a race, has been uploaded. So if you go to runDisney.com, you can see that. So let's take a look at let's take a look at the schedule right now. So the 2024 to 2025 season starts with the virtual series next summer, and it goes all the way to Springtime Surprise in April of 2025. So guys, what I would suggest is right now go to runDisney.com, because as of now, and I think it's going to be this whole week, it's going to be there. Take a screenshot of it, write down. The important dates are going to be not only the runs, but also the sign-up date. So when can you sign up for these races? So guys, make sure that you get that information, guys. I have a calendar, and of course I'll make videos sharing with you guys when it's coming up, so you guys will have an idea and go from there, guys. But let's move on to the new race. Now the new race is going to be at Disneyland. They didn't add any to Disney World, and they probably won't. When there are going to be additions, they're going to be Disneyland or Disneyland Paris, maybe sometime in the near future. But take a look. It's going to be the Disneyland Halloween race. It's going to be a run. It's going to be the first weekend or first full weekend in September. Now, guys, it's a week after Labor Day. So they used to have the run on Labor Day. So I remember going there running and then having a day where I would wake up on Monday, and it was always real funny because there would be no traffic. I would be going like, what's going on? Oh, it's a holiday. And so I would drive off wherever I was going to go, whether to Universal, back to Disney, whatever it was. So anyways, guys, yes, it is funny, and it's ironic that Halloween runs kicks off next season, and it's in September, and there's a good reason why. Guys, the Halloween parties begin early, so they begin in September. Last year I did D23 out in California, and it was about that same time. And when we were there, we actually got discounted tickets for one of the first Halloween parties, so we got to go to that Halloween party, which is amazing. It's great, guys. It does get still a little bit packed. By the second half of it, it's a lot better, but again, if you got to run or you got to do something else, it's not the funnest. Because I remember when I finished, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to wake up about 3 hours later to go to D23, the final day. So guys, but that's the reason that they do it. They call it the Halloween run, because it's going to probably kick off or right around the kickoff to the Halloween party season. So the next thing that was updated was the Coast to Coast, and it's going to be for the next year. So let's take a look at what they released. So like for this season, they do have a track 1, which is Disney World and Disneyland. Then they have the track 2, which is a combination of all the other runs, including Halloween. And again, guys, if you go to runDisney.com and you do the events and you drop down to the Coast to Coast tab, it's going to give you this schedule. Now, there is a little area of controversy, because I've seen some people saying that you can earn 2 different Coast to Coast medals. When I read it, I didn't get that feeling. I am going to ask them at the Expo, because it was said, especially in the first incarnation, or the first one, which is this season, that you're only going to be able to qualify for 1, and you have options. And when I read that, again, it gave me options. So I believe you can only get 1. I could be wrong, and so I'm going to find out at the Expo. But again, guys, I would plan on just 1. The thing that I am going to add is this, going off on Coast to Coast. They have not released the medals. They have not released the different things. Is it going to be the medal itself? Is it going to be the lanyard? Is it going to be the medal holder? And I believe it's going to be, the difference is going to be more the lanyard, the holder. And so I think they're going to make that unique to every one of the challenges, the track 1 or the track 2. So guys, but again, this is my take, is I don't think they're finished with dropping news. So I have a feeling that they might even say this at the Expo. They might even show what it's going to be like, the coast to coast for the Expo, at least for this coming season. And then of course I'll ask them and I'll report it back to you guys if you're going to be able to just get one coast to coast medal, or if you can qualify for 2 of them. So guys, now for the excitement, because I'll be there tomorrow morning about noon o'clock. That actually sounds about right. You know, I'm so excited that I'm gonna make up a word. Noon o'clock, I should be on Disney property. It's gonna be awesome. I hope to run into you guys. So the first thing is we need to get our check-in pass. And as of now, which is Tuesday morning, we have still not gotten the check-in pass. And last week I had actually said that it was going to be October 30th, which was yesterday. Disney has not updated, but if you look at social media, I believe there's going to be at least one person that got it that's going to say something, and nobody has said anything. Everybody's still waiting. Guys, what I wanted to show you what it was going to look like in case you actually can go to your runDisney account. And once you log in to your races, it'll give you that little button that's going to say click on your check-in pass. You can click on it. Guys, if you haven't watched the videos before, guys, you can take a screenshot or print it out. That will actually have your bib number. So you will know what your bib number is. You take that to the Expo, you will get your bib. That's where you will get your corral assignment. So guys, if you want to get an idea, you can look at past races to see where people started with certain bib numbers. But again, I would just go in there and get the corral. It's not going to make a huge difference as of now. It's not going to make any difference. So guys, once you get your corral number, your corral assignment, you can prepare. Now guys, I'm going to reiterate this again. This is like a 3rd or 4th time I've already said this. But guys, if you are running 2 different races, you signed up for the 5K and the challenge, or the 5K and the 10K, the 10K and the half separate, okay, you're going to have to pick up 2 different bibs. So you are going to have 2 different check-in passes, okay? So you're going to have to get down, you're going to have to get both of them. This is going to be my first experience doing this, so I'll be able to report more when I do this, but I'm assuming it's going to be exactly the same. You're going to get your 2 different check-in passes. You're going to go to 2 different lines, get both of your bibs, go back, and you're going to get 2 different shirts once you go into the Expo part of it where the shirt pickup is. So again, that's another thing. That's the first time I'm saying it. I just thought about it. Was when you go pick up your shirts, you're going to go pick up your challenge shirts, and then you're going to go over there and pick up your 5K shirt too. So you're going to be able to pick them up. Don't forget them, because again, you already paid for them. It's put into the cost of the run that you pay for. So might as well take it. And Figgy is agreeing with me, saying, hey, more shirts the better. So next is the virtual queue, guys. Okay, the virtual queue is really, really important for merchandise for the first day, and it might not even last the whole first day, guys. So so what's it called? You're going to have to get the virtual queue. If you really, really want merchandise, this is going to be something that you're going to get. If you pre-ordered merchandise, I believe that's your ticket. So I would still try to get it, but you can go and ask them and say, hey, I pre-ordered. A lot of times, because you have your pre-order, they're going to let you in. So if they don't, again, you already have your backup. You got your virtual queue. I'm going to explain how to get your virtual queue. But guys, it's going to be, remember I just said it, it's for the first day only, and only merchandise. If you are not interested in merchandise, don't worry about it. You do not have to get a virtual queue. With the check-in pass, you're just going to go get your bib. You're going to go to pick up your shirts at the regular Expo, and you can come back later and get stuff. But guys, I also urge you to go to it, even if it's coming back later, because there's some great picture opportunities there with characters that you never see before. Last year we saw George Sanderson, we saw, Bullseye. There was a bunch of different characters that you don't normally see and are going to be there. And then they got the settings that are awesome, that are great. Those lines can get long also, so you might be waiting there half an hour or more in line. So just and that's per character. But then they also have the settings for the mileage. They'll have the 3.1, they'll have 6.2, 13.1, and the 19.3. So you can take pictures with those too, guys. So that's all in the merchandise booth. But you know what? I promised that I was going to show you how to do the virtual queue. So let's get to it. So you'll have to get the My Disney Experience app, and you go to the menu screen. You're going to see virtual queues. You click on virtual queues and it'll take you to this page, which is join a virtual queue. Once you click on that, it will take you to this page, which is going to give you the different virtual queues. You click on ESPN Wildwood Sports Complex, and it'll take you to confirm your party, and you go from there. Okay guys, now that you got your virtual queue, I'm going to stress a couple of things. Number one is remember to confirm your party, guys. So this is, again, just like a virtual queue for Tron, for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, for Moana's Wonder Water. It's exactly the same thing. Confirm your party. The difference is going to be is they're going to have the QR codes. Everybody's going to have a QR code. So if there's 3 people in your family, you're going to have 3 QR codes. So if there's 3 people in your family and you only have 2 QR codes, that means you only confirm 2. So only 2 people are going to be able to go in. You would have to ask a cast member what happens there. I can't help you with that. I have a feeling everybody's going to get in, but it might be later in the day if you take your time. Because again, they do want people to buy merchandise, and it stands to reason because a lot of people are traveling from far away, so they won't be able to get a virtual queue to within they're in about 45 miles or so they might not be able to get a real good virtual queue, but they still have the right to go buy a 5K shirt if they're just doing the 5K, even if they get there at 7 o'clock at night. That's why I think they'll open up later on at night anyways. So guys, that is the virtual queue. So before I get to my surprise, I thought it would be interesting to talk about what I do and then a couple of tidbits, and then I'll get into my surprise. So what I do is when I get there tomorrow, I kind of relax. I go to the park. I'll say hi to some friends of mine. Then on Thursday morning, get up early, get ready for the virtual queue. Once I get my virtual queue, confirm my party, I get that straight. I go wait for the bus. So I will be staying at one of the All-Star resorts. So you will see me at the front of the bus stop, so the waiting. Usually they start about an hour before, so anywhere between 8:30 and 9 they start running. Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. They have come a little bit later, like at 9:15, 9:20. They go and they drop us off. By that time you should have your virtual queue. By that time you should have your check-in pass. So what happens is I personally do this. If I have an early virtual queue for the merchandise, then I head that way, which is the first building. You're going to see, you're going to have signs, you're going to walk over, there's going to be huge tents where they just verify, then you walk in and then they scan your QR code. Then you actually go into a waiting area. So it's just like anything else. That virtual queue doesn't get you right in unless you're one of the first ones to go. But you go into that waiting area. Once you get into that waiting area, it's not too long. It's usually about 15-20 minutes. You get in there. You have carts, so you can pick up carts so you can purchase. What I do is I get anything that I'm remotely interested in, and at the very end I kind of redo, and if I don't, I say, you know what, I don't want this, I put it back and stuff. But anything I'm remotely interested in, I put it into that cart. So then I go back and I go and I take those pictures that I talked to you about. There's some really cool picture ops. There's a lot of picture ops. Guys, if you are in doubt, go watch any of the past Expo videos. I record those all. So every single run last year, all 4 of them have the recordings of who was there, what was going on. And then we always ask, because there's sometimes the characters can rotate, so they'll have 2 different characters at times. So they usually have 2 character stops, and sometimes those 2 characters will rotate. So that'll be 4, so that makes sense. Then I actually will go pick up my bib. There actually is a couple of picture opportunities there, which are really, really cool too, guys. So you're going to go there to the clubhouse, you're going to pick up your bib. Once you pick up your bib, it's going to give you your shirt assignment, that kind of stuff, what size. Usually mine says ML, so men's large. Then you walk into the big field house, and you're going to walk in, and again, there's a big picture op right there. You're going to walk down the stairs. You're going to go in through the whole expo. So the reason that you do that is these people pay a lot of money to be there. So of course they want to be seen. So they want people to walk. So you're going to walk all the way to the back to get your shirts. Once you get your shirts, you can try them on. Guess what? It doesn't fit. It's either too big, too small. You're going to see a section that says shirt exchange. And so you can go there and you can exchange your shirt. So if it's too big, you can ask. And while supplies last, they're going to have some shirts there so you can switch them out. That's the cool part. You can walk around the expo. The one I always say to go and say hi to, even if it's just a wave, is Jeff Galloway. Jeff Galloway has given so much to RunDisney. He's got that program that a lot of you guys train to. Jeff is a really, really nice guy. I personally call him a friend of mine. I come and see him every time. And I don't know if you guys know this, a couple of years ago, he suffered a heart attack, so he can't run long distances anymore, but he still will run the 5K or the 10K with us. He can't get into longer distances, and sometimes he's on the course. So I always come and say hi to Jeff. But again, there's stuff like gels, there's stuff like, there's bars there, there's a bunch of shirts. If you forgot socks, so you got socks there and stuff. They even sell running shoes if you just forgot your running shoes, which it's going to be hard to break them in. But anyways, so that's the expo. You go in there, and as you're exiting, there is some food there. There's food carts. There's ESPN has some food there, so if you want to grab a drink or stuff, there's a lot of promotional stuff about some of the water parks, Disney Springs. Guys, I can go on forever, but guys, the best thing to do, especially if it's your first time, experience it all. Take it all in, walk around, take your time. I've done it millions of times. So guys, I know it by heart, but the best thing in life is to experience it, because you can read it and it sounds good. You can watch it in a video and it sounds good, but once you go there, that's when your heart is filled. That's when your soul is filled. You're going like, yes, I did it. And that's what I invite all of you guys to do. So basically, that's what I do. Another couple reminders, and this is going to lead to what my big surprise is, guys. So guys, thank the cast members. The cast members are out there. They're working hard for us. A lot of them are paid, again, to go and to root us on and to clean everything and to do everything. But guys, they're up early. They work late hours. And again, people are throwing water towards them because at the water stops and stuff like that, and things go wrong, so people can scream at them. I've taken the other approach. I go over there and I thank them. I say, thank you guys, no matter what's going on. I always say thank you guys. As a matter of fact, when I start at the very back, which I'm coming up with some news right now. So when I start up in the back and I see them cleaning, I go and I thank every single one of them. I thank them personally, because you know what? Without them, there is not a race. And that brings me to my next one. Volunteers. Volunteers are awesome, guys. And if you're a volunteer out there, thank you so much. There is no Run Disney without our volunteers. And again, that's bringing me to my first surprise coming up soon. And so, guys, thank your volunteers, guys, because you got to remember, and I just posted this on social media, guys. In previous years, they would get a full day's pass. And then last year it became a half-day pass. This year they get nothing. So guys, they are just out doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They may or may not get something. I don't 100% know if they won't get anything. I know that they're not promised anything. But guys, these people are up before we are, and they are out there after we finish. A lot of them are. So guys, thank them for what they do. They are awesome. We love them. We love you guys if you're a volunteer, guys. And again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Next, the athletes with disabilities, guys. The athletes with disabilities are awesome. You got to think about it this way, guys. When we wake up in the morning and we have 2 arms, 2 legs, and we can move, and we're just tired, we go, oh, I didn't sleep well, I didn't do this. Guys, athletes with disabilities live with a disability, and they go out and they still do. So, guys, to me, I tip my hat to them. Figgy tips his hat to them if he had one, because guys, they are amazing. They are awesome. I always encourage them. I always say, thank you guys. You're such an inspiration, guys. Thank you guys for just being who you are. I hope to God, and I did the last video, I hope to God that they don't change stuff, or they treat you guys right, so you guys can continue being an inspiration for the rest of us. I know I'm going to go voice my concern, especially if it is true and they got to be with us in the corrals. I don't mind. I'm one of those. I don't mind people starting ahead of me if there is a need, especially when there is a disability involved. And I've been meeting a lot more of people, athletes with disabilities, and these people are just fantastic. They're great. They're amazing. And again, tip my hat. Okay, he didn't have a hat, but you get the picture and stuff. So now brings me to my surprise. My first surprise is this. I made these shirts. And, okay, let's get them right. Okay, so we love our volunteers, and I will be wearing these during the run. And this is the back, because, guys, one of the things that I wanted to grow in this channel, and I think it's growing to that, is we are the course encouragers. I just pride myself on going out there, and when I see somebody struggling, I go and I'll just say, man, you got this and stuff. There's people out there that are fantastic, like the puppet runner, running Captain Jack Sparrow. These guys all encourage people, and so we want to move on to that. We want to, be part of that community. So guess what? We're going to be showing this in the back of the jersey. Dear person behind me, I hope you have a magical run. Sincerely, the person in front of you, the running ears. And guys, here goes surprise number 2. Well, I should actually say this. I have them in yellow too. So red and yellow, so that's it. But surprise number 2 is I'm going to be giving away about 10 of them. So I have about 10 to 12 that I'm going to be giving away, different sizes. So I have all the way from small, very few, small, medium, large, and I believe I have one extra large, guys. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys really want one of these shirts, when you come up to me, please come up to me in the expo, or even if you see me beforehand, and let me show me that you subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribe to the channel, I also ask this: if you want to record yourself saying why your most memorable Run Disney event. And guess what? If you're new to the channel, you love it already, you're going like, man, the atmosphere is so great and everything like that, share that with us. That's awesome. But again, we're going to probably put you on one of the shows. I'm going to put you like on a little show like the reaction. I usually do that, the reaction. So just a handful of you guys come up and do that. I'm going to give you guys a free shirt that you guys can wear proudly and be a running. There's other stuff that I'm working on in the future. This is just step one, but I'm working on a couple of other things that might come in the future. The second, or the other big announcement, the last one, I think this is number 3. I'm going to be starting the 10K as usual with the balloon ladies. I probably will not stay with them, but I start with them and I go. I just say hi, whatever, and then once we get going, we get going. So guys, if you want to go find me on Facebook, it's Manny Runs Disney. Ask for my bib number. You can get my bib number, and you're more than welcome to track me. So you can track me on there. And if you guys are concerned, a little bit concerned, you can, especially for the 10K, you can track me and say, oh, Manny started at this time. I'm 20 minutes ahead. I'm 30 minutes ahead. And so you can get an idea of when the balloon ladies start. That helps anything. It helps you. That's great. But what's it called? And so I'm going to start the 10K. And right now my plan is to start every 10K for every race with the balloon ladies. And like last year, more than likely on Princess, I'll run with them and I'll stay with them. I'm not 100% sure about the half marathon. The 5K is not timed. So guys, if you're still worried about can I do a 16-minute mile on the 5K, it doesn't matter. It's not timed. You're just going to go. So that's a good thing. They give you a couple of hours, so you're fine with that. Take as many pictures as you want. That's the time to take the pictures, guys. But guys, I have said too much. I've said a lot. Figgy is whispering in my ear going like, it's time to cut it. It's time to cut it. Let's get going. So let's get running. I still haven't even packed yet, guys. So guys, without further ado, I'm trying to figure out if I've said everything. So I've covered Disneyland races, the calendar, the 2024-2025 calendar, the Coast to Coast, the Expo Pass, a virtual queue, and I even did a video last time on the etiquette, the proper running etiquette, and anything else. Oh yeah, create a magical run. See you sooner than later.